Hello everyone, welcome to Real Talent Boss YouTube channel. Today let us talk about Chennakesava Temple, Belur history. Chennakesava Temple, also referred to as Kesava or Vijayanarayana Temple of Belur, is a 12th century Hindu temple in Asan district of Karnataka state, India. It was commissioned by Vishnuvardhana in 1117 CE on the banks of the river Yagachi River in Belur. An early Hoysala empire capital, the temple was built over three generations and took 103 years to finish. It was repeatedly damaged and plundered during wars, repeatedly rebuilt and repaired over its history. It is 35 kilometers from Hassan city and about 220 kilometers from Bengaluru. Chennakeshava, handsome Keshava, is a form of the Hindu god Vishnu. The temple is dedicated to Vishnu and has been an active Hindu temple since its founding. It is reverently described in medieval Hindu texts and remains an important pilgrimage site in Vaishnavism. The temple is remarkable for its architecture, sculptures, reliefs, friezes, as well its iconography, inscriptions, and history. The temple artwork, despite serene of life in the 12th century, dancers and musicians, as well as a pictorial narration of Hindu texts such as the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, and the Puranas through numerous friezes. It is a Vaishnava temple that reverently includes many themes from Shaivism and Shaktism as well as images of a Jinnah from Jainism and the Buddha from Buddhism. The Chennakeshava temple is a testimony to the artistic, cultural, and theological perspectives in 12th century South India and the Hoysala Empire rule. The Belur temple complex along with the nearby Hoysaleshwara temple at Halebeedu and the Keshava temple at Somanathapura was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2023 as part of the sacred ensembles of the Hoysalas. Location: the Chennakeshava temple is located in Belur Taluk in Hassan district of the Indian state of Karnataka. It is about 35 kilometers 22 meters northwest of Hassan. The temple is about 16 kilometers from Halebeedu temple. The Belur has no nearby airport and it is about 220 kilometers west of Bangalore, IATA code, about 3.5 hours drive, accessible with the 4-lane NH75 highway. Hassan is the closest nearest to Belur that is connected by railway network to major cities of Karnataka. The Chennakeshava temple is an active Hindu temple and the major Vaishnava pilgrimage site. It is located on the bank of Yagachi River, also called Badari River in historic text, a tributary of Hemavati River. The Hoysala period of South Indian history begins about 1000 CE and continued to 1346 CE. In this period, they built around 1500 temples in 958 centers. Belur is called Velur or Velapura in old instructions and medieval era texts. It was early capital of the Hoysala kings. The city was so esteemed by the Hoysala that it is referred to as early Vaikunta, Vishnu's abode. One of the Hoysala king was Vishnuvardhana, who came to power in 1110 CE. He commissioned the Chennakeshava temple dedicated to Vishnu in 1117 CE, a temple considered as one of the 5 foundations of his legacy. According to Daki, a scholar of Indian temple architecture and temple history, this temple reflects the rising opulence, optical power, deep spiritual dedication to Sri Vaishnavism of Ramanujacharya, and it is his magnum opus. The main temple is called Vijayanarayana, and the similar temple next to it, built by his queen Santala Devi, is called Chennakeshava in the inscription of his era, but these two temples are now called as Chennakeshava temple and Chennigara temple respectively. The main Chennakesava temple at Belur, complete and consecrated in 1117 CE, though the complex continued to expand over 100 some years. Vishnuvardhana moved his capital to Dwarasamudra, also referred to as Dwarasamudra, now Halebeedu, famous for his Hoysaleshwara temple dedicated to Shiva. It is continued to till his died in 1140 CE. His legacy was continued by his descendants who completed the Hoysaleshwara temple in 1150 CE and other temples about 200 kilometers away, such as the Chennakesava temple Somanathapura in 1258 CE. The Hoysalas employed many noted architects and artisans who developed a new architectural tradition, which art historian Adam Hardy calls the Karnataka Dravidian tradition. The Hoysala Empire and its capital was invaded, plundered, and destroyed in the early 14th century by Malik Kafur, a commander of the Delhi Sultanate, ruled Alauddin Khilji. Belur and Halebeedu became the target of plunder and destruction in 1326 CE by another Delhi Sultanate army. The territory was taken over by the Vijayanagara Empire. The Hoysala style states James C. Harley came to an end in the 14th century when Hoysala king Veeraballa III was killed in a war with the Muslim Madurai Sultanate, followed by his son. Historians have found 118 inscriptions in the temple complex dated between 1117 CE to the 18th century, which provides a history of the temple. The grants made of the Chennakesava temple for its upkeeping and the repairs during later times. An inscription found on the east wall near the north entrance of the temple's main mandapa hall states that Vishnuvardhana commissioned the temple for god Vijayanarayana in 1117 CE. Some historians have interpreted this inscription as stating that the Chennakeshwar temple was completed on 1117 CE. The Chenningaraya temple was built concurrently with the main temple and Queen sponsored it. Narasimha I, a Hoysala dynasty, made grants to the temple for its main entrance operation. Ballala II in 1175 CE added temple buildings for kitchen and grain stored in the southwest east corner and a water tank in the north corner of the temple. The original temple was without boundary wall. The main mandapa was also open for the devotees to view and appreciate the intricate carvings inside the temple. For security of the temple, a high wall was constructed around the temple. A wooden and brick gateway and doors added by Somaya Danayaka during the rule of Veeraballa III, 1292 to 1343. As well as the open mandapa was covered with perforated stone screens. The new screens darkened the inside of the temple, making it difficult to see the artwork but allowed enough light for the darshan of the Garbhagriha. The temple was raided, damaged, and its gateway was burnt down in a raid by a Muslim general Salar and his army working for Muhammad bin Tughlaq in 1325 to 1351. The temple was repaired by the Vijayanagara Empire under the sponsorship of Harihara II in 1377 to 1404. In 1381, they added 4 granite pillars in a gold-plated kalasa was added by Malagarasa to a new tower above the sanctum. It added a new 7-story bricks Gopuram in 1397, replacing the destroyed gateway. An Andal shrine, the Saumya shrine, the Deepa Stamba at the entrance, the Rama and Narasimha shrines were added during Vijayanagar Empire. The main temple had Shikara, superstructure tower, but it is now missing and the temple looks flat. The original tower suggests the inscriptions was made of a combination of wood, bricks, and mortar. It was destroyed and rebuilt several times. The Vijayanagar Empire sponsored the addition of small shrine dedicated to goddess and the Naganayakana Mantapa within the temple complex. This was constructed by collecting the war ruin of the other demolished temple in Belur area and reusing them. The temple premises were again damaged after the destruction of Vijayanagar Empire by a coalition of Sultanate. The first repairs were done in 1709, followed by additions in 1717 and 1736. The temple was repaired in 1774 by an officer of Hyder Ali during a period where Hyder Ali was the de facto ruler on behalf of the Wadiya dynasty. In late 19th century, the collapsing tower above the sanctum was removed to save the lower level and never replaced. In 1935, parts of the temple was cleared and restored with financing by the Mysore government and grants by the Wadiya dynasty. The Chenningaraya shrine was built and a new image of Ramanuja and Garuda added along with the many other facilities, improvements and repairs to the complex. These repairs were inscribed in stone for a historical record, just like early inscriptions. The Chennakesava temple at Belur consists of 443.5 feet by 396 feet court with several Hindu temples and minor shrines inside a walled compound. The compound is entered from the east through a gopuram added during the repair of Vijayanagara era. The temple and monuments found inside the walled complex are the Chennakeshwara temple, also called Keshava temple, is the main temple. It is in the middle of the complex, faces east in front of the gopuram. Including the improvements added later, it is 178 feet by 156 feet. The temple stands on the wide platform terrace, about 3 feet height. The temple is dedicated to Vishnu in the form of Keshava. To the south of the Keshava temple is a Kappe Chenningaraya temple measuring 124 feet by 125 feet. It has two sanctum inside, one dedicated to Venugopala and the other to Chenningaraya, the location popular name of Chennakeshwara Vishnu. The temple also called Kappe Chenningaraya because according to a local legends, a kappe frog was once found near its navel. The small temple was built by the queen concurrently with the main temple and it is believed to be a similar small version. A stone slab was a couple standing side by side in the Namaste posture under the canopy. The monument is damaged. To the west of Keshava temple is the Veera Narayana temple measuring 70 feet by 56 feet. It is the small but complete temple with the Navagraha 9 square hall and a Garbhagriha sanctum with 59 large relief on the outer walls. These reliefs are dedicated to Vishnu, Shiva, Brahma, Bhairava, Angry Shiva, Lakshmi, Parvati, Saraswati and others. Some panel depicts the Bhima story from the Mahabharata. The temple is also dedicated to 12th century. To the southwest of Keshava temple is a small temple dedicated to Soumya Nayaki, form of goddess Lakshmi, as dedicated to the 12th century. However, the temple was expanded and enhanced later. This temple is noble because the local tradition holds that its tower is miniature version of the major tower that once rose above the main temple, Keshava temple. The Andal temple, also called Ranganayaki shrine, is the northwest of Keshava temple. Its outer wall are decorated with artworks such as the elephants and nature. It also displays 31 large images of deities from the Vishnuism, Shaivism, and Shaktivism traditions of Hinduism. It also has intricately carved Venugopal, Mohini, and Lakshmi, as well as friezed showing legends of the in the Puranas. The complex has a number of small shrines to the east of Kappe Chenningaraya temple, a shrine of Narasimha Rama Jr. and alvars of the Bhakti movement fame. To the art of Andal temple are shrines of for Krishna, Vaishnavism scholar Desikar, Bhashyakara, and Ramanuja of Vaishnava Devata. On the base of the shrine for Alvar are frieze showing stories from the Ramayana. Some of the shrines were added later because few of the scholars such as Desikar lived after the 12th century. Two main stamba pillars are found in the complex. The pillar face the main temple. The Garuda eagle stamba was erected in the Vijayanagar period, while the pillar on the right, the Deepa Stamba pillar with lamp, dates from the Hoysala period. Near the Veera Narayana temple is a mandapa where annual procession ratha and temple vehicles are traditionally being stored. It is called Vahana Mantapa. The complex also has a Kalyana Mantapa in the south corner for ceremonies. It was added in the 17th century. Thank you for watching Real Talent Boss YouTube channel. Hope you like this video. Please subscribe my channel, click bell icon, like, comment and share the video.